The artifact we will look at this time is a white porcelain moon jar. White porcelain refers to porcelain made by applying a transparent glaze on a white clay body and firing it. Korean white porcelain began to be made around the end of the Silla dynasty. During the Goryeo dynasty, white porcelain production remained limited, but as white porcelain became popular during the Joseon dynasty, efforts were made to produce and manage white porcelain from the beginning. In the case of the Goryeo dynasty, the enjoyment of art was centered around the aristocracy, and there were many sophisticated craft objects suitable for noble life. During the Joseon dynasty, with the emergence of a new royal family of military origin and a new Yangbon class, opportunities for the people to participate in cultural life increased. In this historical context, white porcelain became popular as it reflected the simple will of the common people and the integrity and purity pursued by scholar officials. Joseon white porcelain began to develop in Gwangju, Gyeonggi-do, as well as around Mount Gwanak and Mount Bukhan, and gradually spread to other regions. In particular, Gwangju served as the primary kiln center for Joseon white porcelain because it had good clay for making high-quality vessels and was adjacent to the Han River, making it easy to transport to Hanyang. In the early Joseon dynasty, special white porcelain ritual vessels were produced for the royal court and government offices to use in major state rites, such as the Jongmyo and Sajik ceremonies, while white porcelain ritual ware for the general public was rare. White porcelain from the late Joseon dynasty appears unique and diverse. Ritual vessels for use by the general public began to be produced in earnest, along with scholars' stationery, munbangu, and other objects. In particular, with the relocation and privatization of the government-run kiln in Gwangju, various shapes and types began to develop in earnest. White porcelain is largely divided into undecorated white porcelain, blue and white porcelain with underglaze iron-brown decoration, and white porcelain with underglaze copper-red decoration, depending on the method of expressing the pattern and the type of pigment. Undecorated white porcelain refers to white porcelain without any patterns. Blue and white porcelain is made with cobalt pigments to create a blue pattern. White porcelain with underglaze iron-brown decoration is made with iron pigments to create a dark brown pattern. White porcelain with underglaze copper-red decoration is made with copper oxide pigments to create a red pattern. Among them, the representative undecorated white porcelain is the moon jar. It is round in shape like the moon and has a white background, so it is called a moon jar. In fact, the moon jar was not called a moon jar from the beginning. Before it was named moon jar, it was called Baekja Daiho, large white porcelain jar, because of its large shape, and Baekja Wonho, round white porcelain jar, because of its round shape. It is presumed that the name moon jar became widely known to the public in the early 1950s when painter Kim Wenki and art historian Choi Sunu first used the term. The production of moon jars began in the 17th century. Due to their large size, they are difficult to form in one piece using a potter's wheel, so potters typically made the upper and lower parts separately and joined them together. As a result, the round shape varies depending on the person who made it, giving it an asymmetrical appearance that conveys a sense of comfort and familiarity. The moon jar, with its clear white light and generous round shape, expresses Korean beauty and sentiment well, and is considered a jar that represents the beauty of Joseon white porcelain.